These dudes get exposed every single day. Every single day. Jason Lloyd, Adam the Bull, these dudes just get exposed all the time. You know, the Mary Kay Cabots of the world, these people that are anybody but Shedeur Mafia. We got random fans blasting Jason Lloyd.
And it's going down in the UCSS. Because we know that Shedeur Sanders is now a Pro Bowl quarterback. And for some strange reason, well, it ain't strange. Bull just hates the fact that he's a Pro Bowl quarterback. Undeserving, unworthy. But the NFL didn't think so, Bull.
And by the way, why is it a bad thing to say, I believe in a dude that I think he can beat? Why is that a bad thing?
And if that wasn't enough, G. Bush brought up a moment from national TV that changed the whole conversation. All right, let's go through this entire thing from the beginning, because what happened on the King Carmen show was not just a fan winning an argument on a podcast. What happened was a full, organized, methodical dismantling of a 2-year-long media narrative done live on camera in front of the very people who built that narrative, and done so cleanly. So, don't skip a single second of this video. And if this story touches your heart, give it a like, subscribe to the channel, and let us know in the comments, where are you watching from? Let's begin. Man, if you watched that segment, you felt it. That gut punch moment when G. Bush just walked into the studio and flipped the whole narrative upside down. I mean, we've all been there, right? Sitting at home, watching these so-called experts dissect Shedeur Sanders like he's some unproven rookie who stumbled onto a roster by accident. Anonymous sources, selective clips, hearsay, stacked on hearsay, that's been the Cleveland media playbook for over 2 years. And every single time, we as fans, we've had to sit back, bite our tongues, and watch them act like questioning our quarterback is somehow objective reporting. It's maddening, it's frustrating, and it's exactly why this moment matters. They call him unworthy. They say he doesn't study film, that he doesn't read defenses, that somehow every other quarterback alternative is somehow superior. Rex Ryan even got into it, implying he sits in the back of meetings, like somehow that defines his professionalism. Yet the tape shows the exact opposite. Front row every single time. Eyes on the coaches, hands up, notes taken, attention locked in. And we are supposed to trust the whispers over the footage? Over the evidence? Over the players who practice with him every day? Come on, every single claim, every single insider falls apart when you actually look at reality. And this isn't just about proving the haters wrong. This is about exposing a system, a media machine that's been building narratives to shape perception rather than report facts. It's a coordinated pattern, not a one-off mistake. Every time Shedeur puts up solid numbers, or calmly runs the offense, or gets Pro Bowl recognition, they pivot. They float another name, cite another anonymous source, distract with hypotheticals. And fans? Fans get caught in the crossfire. We question ourselves. Are we missing something? Are we overhyping him? And then we watch the tape. And it proves us right. Every single time. What G. Bush did in that studio was pivotal. He didn't yell, didn't rant, didn't get emotional. He methodically dismantled the narrative using logic, evidence, and named voices, the kind of credibility the media keeps claiming they prioritize. And in doing so, he gave the fans something we haven't had in a long time. A clear, undeniable answer. A moment of validation. A moment where the smoke and mirrors of 2 years of anonymous claims, half-truths, and manufactured doubt were burned away right there on live TV. So yeah, this isn't just one show. It's not just one segment. It's a turning point. A spotlight on the bias, the double standards, and the relentless skepticism that has surrounded Shedeur Sanders since he entered the league. And for fans, for teammates, for the player himself, it's a chance to finally say, enough. Enough of the anonymous sources. Enough of the selective scrutiny. Enough of the narrative that doesn't match the tape. Because the truth is clear, and it's time the world saw it front and center. Just like Shedeur in those meetings. Look, you can talk all day about anonymous sources and what they think, but the truth is right there on the field, right there in the locker room, and right there in the stats. Shedeur Sanders isn't just some story people are debating for clicks. He's a Pro Bowl quarterback. And that title didn't come because the media decided to throw him a bone. It came because he's earned it. Game by game, play by play, under conditions most rookies would crumble in. Behind one of the worst offensive lines in recent memory, facing blitzes, pressure, and defenses gunning to expose him, he's held steady. That's not luck. That's skill. That's film study. That's preparation. That's a quarterback who has earned the right to be heard. And it's not just stats either. Myles Garrett has said it straight. This guy is the real deal. Denzel Ward echoes the sentiment, saying Sanders has the confidence, the swagger, the command of the huddle that separates a leader from a placeholder. These aren't just teammates talking. These are warriors who practice with him, grind with him, watch him digest defenses, and trust him with the game plan. They see him every day. They know what he brings to the field. And yet, somehow, the same media outlets that credit other quarterbacks with minor flashes of potential have spent months casting doubt on him. The hypocrisy is glaring. Let's talk team fit for a second. Coaching? Check. Offensive scheme built for a smart, accurate, pocket-passing quarterback? Check. Supporting cast with weapons who can make the big play when the ball is in his hands? Check. Sanders isn't just a part of this system, he elevates it. He reads the defense, makes adjustments at the line, keeps drives alive, and hits his receivers in stride. And the numbers back it up. Completion percentage solid. Yards per attempt climbing. Touchdowns in clutch moments. And we haven't even mentioned the intangibles, leadership, poise, accountability. All things you can't fake. Contrast that with the narrative we keep seeing in the media. Small sample sizes blown out of proportion, hyper-criticism of minor mistakes, complete dismissal of evidence from credible sources, named Hall of Famers, respected analysts, teammates all on record saying one thing: Sanders is doing everything right. And the media? They ignore it or sideline it like it's not relevant. Fans feel it. We see it. And it's frustrating. But it also builds this unstoppable momentum because you can't silence a quarterback when the proof is right there, when the locker room is behind him, when the stats match the tape, and when the player himself keeps rising above the noise. Make no mistake, Shedeur Sanders isn't just surviving this scrutiny. He's thriving. Every critique, every doubter, every analyst who said he can't is being forced to watch as he executes under pressure, leads his teammates, and proves over and over again that he is not only capable, he's undeniable. And the fans, we're watching, we're believing, and we know the story is just getting started. Man, let me tell you, watching Shedeur Sanders navigate the media storm has been nothing short of brutal. For 2 years, it's been the same cycle. Anonymous sources whispering doubts, analysts interrupting every explanation, every counterpoint drowned out before it can even land. Adam the Bull constantly stepping in, trying to redirect the conversation before facts have a chance to breathe. Jason Lloyd, Rex Ryan, and the rest of the Cleveland media apparatus spinning stories like they're gospel. And the kicker? Every so-called alternative quarterback gets hyped like the sky is falling if Sanders is the guy. Dillon Gabriel, Kenny Pickett, Kyler Murray, Malik Willis, Anthony Richardson, Dante Moore, even Geno Smith. Every single time, they floated these names as if the universe demanded we ignore what was right in front of us. Shedeur Sanders, leading his team, executing at a level most rookies can only dream of. But here's the thing. Every one of those alternatives, they failed. Every single one. Dillon Gabriel isn't in contention. Pickett and Flate? Gone. Murray, Willis, Moore, Richardson. None of them became the answer Cleveland needed. And yet the narrative kept spinning. The media machinery didn't pause, didn't recalibrate, didn't acknowledge reality. They doubled down on doubt, clinging to the same anonymous sources, same unverified claims, same interruptions that painted Sanders as inexperienced or incapable. And for fans watching at home, it's infuriating. We see it. We know the truth. Every interception labeled as proof of failure ignores the pressure he's under, the poor offensive line he's fighting behind, the blitzes and schemes designed to test him at every snap. And it's not just about performance. It's about emotional credibility, too. The players see him. The locker room sees him. Myles Garrett, Denzel Ward, Quinnen Judkins, all publicly declaring that Sanders is the guy. Hall of Famers breaking down film, validating his reads, his decisions, his intelligence under fire. Yet the media still clings to unaccountable sources like they outweigh facts. Fans feel it. Players feel it. The pressure mounts because every success has to be proven twice, once on the field, once against the narrative. That's the kind of scrutiny that would break most quarterbacks. That's the kind of bias that fuels frustration in the fan base. And the emotional injustice is obvious. Every time a claim came up, he doesn't watch film. He doesn't understand coverages. He's not the leader they need. Verifiable evidence proved it wrong. Yet the narrative refused to die. They ran every alternative quarterback they could dream up, tried to rewrite history, tried to make it seem like Sanders' accomplishments weren't real. And every single one failed. Every single time. But here's the thing. Each failure, each misstep by the critics, only adds to the tension, only makes the eventual validation even sweeter. Because now, the stage is set. The doubts, the disruptions, the repeated attempts to delegitimize him have all collided. And when Shedeur steps back onto that field, when the locker room, the fans, and the scoreboard align, it's not just a win, it's a statement, a breakthrough. The critics' playbook has been exposed. And for the first time in a long time, we all get to watch it unfold and watch Sanders finally get the validation he's earned. You want to talk about proof? Let's talk about what actually happens when the pads go on, when the lights are bright and the tape is rolling. Shedeur Sanders doesn't just talk a good game. He delivers where it matters most. Every breakdown of film shows a quarterback who reads defenses with precision, who anticipates pressure before it hits, and who consistently makes the right decisions under fire. You see it against Buffalo, against the blitz-heavy packages, when he's forced to scramble, reset, and still hit the open man. And every time the pundits say, "He can't read coverages," the tape screams the opposite. Chase Daniel, Bernie Kosar, Kurt Warner, Hall of Famers, breaking it down publicly, naming what Sanders does correctly. That's not speculation. That's verification. That's undeniable evidence of a quarterback who studies, who prepares, and who executes. But here's what really separates him the locker room. Myles Garrett, Denzel Ward, Quinnen Judkins, even the younger guys, they've all said it on camera. Shedeur is the guy. Every single one. Not a rumor, not an anonymous source, not a whisper behind closed doors. They see him every day. They prepare with him. They watch him dissect defenses in film sessions, go head-to-head in walkthroughs, and command the huddle. That's loyalty born from respect, earned through action, not media hype. And when your own teammates, the ones grinding beside you day in and day out, declare you the leader, that carries more weight than any headline, any show, any anonymous Twitter account trying to rewrite the story. And make no mistake, this guy thrives under pressure. Training camp, he's first in, last out. Every practice rep, every walkthrough, every audible in the pocket is another brick in the wall proving he's built for this. The media can throw shade. They can recycle the same doubts. But Sanders doesn't flinch. He doesn't react to the noise. He prepares. He executes. He leads. Every completion, every touchdown, every smart decision under duress is a rebuttal to the skeptics. You can't manufacture that level of focus and resilience. It comes from within. This isn't just a story of survival. This is a story of ascension. Shedeur isn't quietly carrying the team through rough patches. He's defining the moment. He's turning every challenge into a statement. Every doubt thrown at him, every alternative quarterback floated, every interruption in a studio, it's all fuel for his rise. And the locker room? They're witnesses. They're participants. They're validation in real time. This is a quarterback whose leadership is measured not by headlines, but by execution, consistency, and the respect of those who know him best. By the time the season hits its stride, the narrative will be crystal clear. The tape, the teammates, the preparation, it all lines up. Shedeur Sanders isn't just surviving the noise. He's thriving in it. He's building an identity, carving his space, and setting a precedent. Every throw, every call in the huddle, every leadership moment reinforces one undeniable truth. This quarterback is ready not just to play, but to lead, to inspire, and to show the league exactly what they've been underestimating all along. And when the next challenge comes, we all know he'll meet it head on. This is the moment. Not just a game, not just a highlight, but the kind of moment where history quietly pivots and the narrative finally bends in the right direction. Shedeur Sanders isn't just proving himself. He's proving Cleveland right, proving the fans right, proving that patience, preparation, and talent can't be ignored forever. The organization saw something that the doubters couldn't. A quarterback who doesn't just react, but anticipates, who doesn't just play the moment, but shapes it. They passed over flashy alternatives, over recycled rumors, over the noise because they recognized a young leader ready to define the franchise. And now, finally, the rest of the league is starting to see it too. Look around the locker room. This isn't a coincidence. Teammates who know his work ethic, his film study, his calm under pressure, are rallying behind him. Myles Garrett, Denzel Ward. Every voice in that huddle validates what fans have believed all along. This quarterback is built for more than surviving. He's built for shaping the narrative, for commanding respect, for delivering when the stakes are highest. And the fans? We've been screaming it from the stands, from the forums, from every corner of social media we've known it. Finally, the evidence is on tape, in stats, in clutch moments. Finally, the proof matches the instinct. Think about the trajectory here. Shedeur isn't a flash in the pan. He's not a project or a gamble. He's a calculated, relentless force whose path points toward Pro Bowls, playoff wins, and a legacy that could redefine Cleveland football. The kid who once faced anonymous source attacks and endless alternative QB speculation is now the centerpiece of a franchise. And every throw, every read, every leadership moment cements the story. This isn't luck. This isn't hype. This is skill, preparation, and determination manifesting on the field. This moment matters because it's bigger than a single win or a single stat line. It's the breaking point of media bias, the vindication of fan intuition, the first chapter in a narrative that the doubters can't rewrite. We've seen the doubt, the disruption, the criticism. We've lived through the alternative quarterbacks, the endless commentary questioning his worth. But now we have clarity. Now the huddle, the stands, the tape, and the scoreboard are all aligned. Sanders is not only the quarterback, he's the symbol of what happens when talent meets resilience, when preparation meets opportunity. And here's the takeaway for every fan watching. This is a turning point. You're witnessing the moment a young quarterback steps fully into his destiny. You're witnessing Cleveland football recalibrate, a franchise embracing its leader, a fan base validated after years of doubt. Shedeur Sanders' journey isn't just ongoing, it's ascending. Every throw, every call, every leadership moment we see from here on out will build toward legacy. And the story? It's ours to watch unfold. The narrative is changing. The future is clear. And for the first time in a long time, hope isn't a whisper, it's a roar.